Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to MANTALK.KE. Thank you for coming back another week for another episode. We're very, very excited today. We're back in Kofisi, Riverside Drive, and we're in the knowledge room once again. And for the first time this season, we have multiple guests in the chair. So I'm going to let Oscar do the honors. He's been about 3 years of talking about this. So big day, big day.
You know, it's not every day, you know, you get your Christmas wish.
There we go.
To my right are Milly and Kabi, Wajesus from the Wajesus family. Praise Jesus!
Amen!
Hey! Finally!
Amazing.
Finally!
Amazing.
We've walked a long road. We've had to go to London, but we landed in Kiambu.
China.
In China as well. So how do you guys feel? How are you feeling, Milly?
Amazing. Thank you so much for having us. This is going to be our first ever podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, first time.
I'm
But you
surprised.
I think you've been doing it without knowing you're doing it.
Really?
Because who knows Milly more? That one.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one. That's a podcast.
That's a podcast.
That's a
It's a
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
People will
even
listen to that.
people will listen to you.
I mean,
I listen.
You've seen the numbers.
Oh,
Yeah, we've seen the numbers. People are listening. You know, iPhone 15 user.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Hallelujah. I'm just saying, keeping my cool, man. Yeah, so I'm also very excited to be here. First of all, you know, as an iPhone 15 user, I've never been challenged to actually think like an iPhone 15 user until today. I've just been reminded because I was asking, Neza ongea Kiswahili hapa kwa hii show? They're like, no, the iPhone comes in, the manual comes in English.
Exactly.
So you know
So,
English.
yeah.
I'm like, wow, do I? But
So
I'm
I'm
excited
the
to be here.
minority today, so even if it goes into sharing, I'll figure it out.
There might be Kikuyu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It might come out.
It's good you want it.
You know, before we even start, you know,
Yes.
one of the reasons why we had to bring you here is because you see now we are young men. We started this podcast when we were quite junior, but now we are getting to the age where you know
I've got
now
a
we
few
have to
more,
know
I've got a few
about.
more here. There's a couple.
You know,
There's a couple.
you know, we need to know. We are seeing you're doing weddings on your page. You know how to take the goat. You know, so we said Kabi and Milly were Jesus or Jesus family.
Yes.
Tell us how to start and how to finish
And where we're going.
And where we're going.
Yeah.
So immediately, I think we should get into the voice note
Yeah,
of the day.
so if you're not familiar by now, if you're new here, we normally play an unpopular opinion of the week. So they send a voice note to us. It's in our bio typically. And then we're going to discuss this voice note with the amazing Wajesus family. Ready? Let's go.
Hi, what's up? So I feel like nobody talks about how intense dating in church is, and then it doesn't work out. Because the fact that you are dating in church, you think he's the one or she's the one, and then after it's over, you're probably gonna see each other again and again. So it's not a matter of I'm going to block you or not talk to you again, because probably you're even serving together in church.
Right. Confession. We played that voice note before, but we said let's run it back and get your perspective.
Because you know better
about
than
it.
us.
Yeah. Because we tried to answer it in a past episode, and I
like-
think this is the perfect chance to have
None
this
of you
discussion.
goes to church?
We go to
No, we go to
church,
church.
but we don't
Wait,
go to church to date.
We've never dated.
Pray. Come on,
Sorry for us,
my
man.
eyes are
Like,
closed.
we are going there close. I'm praying. I'm giving off. I'm back home.
Yeah, you're like, no hug, guy,
No,
whatever.
no. Praise and worship, not too much.
Yeah.
So tell us, guys, who found love
Wow.
in the church. How does that happen? What's that situation like?
I think first of all, in a video that we did recently, my love talked about something to do with the same. That she was actually hurting. I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I agree with her, like 70%. It's not that easy, especially when someone comes to you and they're like, God told me you're my wife. You're like, you can't start arguing.
Who's are you? To argue.
Who's are you to deny?
Get down on your knee.
And probably that person prays more, serves more, and you're like, woo,
Worships more.
worships more. You're like, by the way.
Yeah, God might have.
Exactly. Right. Just
Oscar, this is whom I have set for you.
So it's not that easy, by the way. And then the fact that maybe you are dating someone in church and maybe you break up, you're going there to pray and you're reminded if someone has wronged you, go and ask for forgiveness.
Before you
And they're
offer
just
your-
there next to you.
let's say turn to your neighbor and say no.
Touch your neighbor and tell them you love you.
Yeah.
You're looking good today.
Don't kill me.
So the reason why Kabi is saying that is because when we started dating, I wasn't ready to date someone from the church because I got heartbroken like 3 times. Yes.
In church.
I was young when I started dating. Like I think I was around 18. And the first person I dated, they were way older than me, and they were in church, and they were, trying to get me to do some crazy stuff. And secondly, the second person I dated was an artist. And then they were, oh my God, it was bad. Yani, you'd think because someone has somehow like a higher calling. I think I was young and stupid then, because I would think if you're an artist, a gospel artist, it means unajua we relationship yako na Mungu, it is tight.
Yeah.
So for me, I had a really bad experience. So when Kabi came, I was like, by the way, because you're born again and you go to church, I don't want to date you. Because I thought I'd be safe in church.
And then
but unfortunately, it's not the case.
Goodness.
Yeah, from my experience.
Yeah.
So Kabi, how did you overcome such immense obstacles?
To level 2. Well, I think for me, when we started dating, before I got born again, I didn't have a lot of background with church. So I was not very familiar with, these protocol things and, church people. There's a whole lot of things that happen in church that sometimes you might not even be familiar with. So for me, I was not brought up in those things. You have to go to Sunday school, you have to do this and that. So I was just me. So when I got born again, I really didn't want to worship anybody apart from God. Like, that idea of, my passy, my this and this, these people you are calling higher calling, the worship team.
Your father.
My father in daddy. Spiritual daddy. I didn't have those things for me because I don't have that background in church. So when I interacted with her, I didn't interact from a point of, me, I'm now a holy guy. I'm a good boy. I'm, praise the Lord. I was interacting with her from a point of, I am human. I'm a boy looking for love. So don't look at me as just a born-again Christian. The born-again Christian is part of what makes me, but I am still Kabi. I'm still, just a guy who's looking for someone to love. So let's remove the church bit. Let's work on the person so that now we can be able to see them not as the people that have hurt us, the church, the things that we've gone through. Because that I see church peke, I'm gonna say, hey, I don't want to date people in clubs because the last guy I dated from a club was crazy and these things happened. So I think for me, it's just trying to get to a point of understanding that before we get to, the setup of where you meet, of where the person comes from, let's get to know the person first.
So, Madam, you believed the man.
Yes, I did. I did. And, by the time we were breaking up, like I was broken.
This is now the artist.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah. By the time we were breaking up, I was broken. And then now my rebound was also from church.
I can see, I'm there. I can see the dilemma.
That's offering.
The advice I'm hearing is look for the newcomer. That's
the new guys.
The new guy.
So we're the new guys. So Eli, do you and I need to switch churches?
I think we need to switch churches.
We grow together.
Amazing. Thank you, by the way, for answering. I hope that's helped somebody. Now, where we normally go after this is we've tried to get context as to what we're going to talk about, which is, we have episodes called Love in the 254, and we've talked about it for 15 seasons, and we've had different couples on, and we get different perspectives each time. But before we get the perspective, we want to know how the story was of you guys meeting. Then it will justify everything else that's discussed.
I keep saying that I need her to tell the story because she actually, wanted a guy and all that.
Oh, no, we've never agreed.
I was just chilling.
No. I wasn't looking, baby. I wasn't searching.
So what happened?
Welcome to MANTALK.KE.
We'll solve this.
We'll solve this right after the break.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious, love?
No, but I'm serious. No, it's time. By the way, it's time. This is a podcast. Some people might not even be watching. They'll be listening. So let the imagination flow.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So
Take us there.
Take us there.
let me start. Let
My eyes
me
are
take you
closed. Let's go.
way back. So the first time I met Kabi was through my boyfriend, who was Kabi's friend.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She didn't let her boyfriend stop her from her husband.
Yeah. No way.
Wow.
Hey, let's go, Milly. Take us there.
The boyfriend was also my neighbor. So we were moving into a new house and we were doing the housewarming thing. And I told my boyfriend, I feel like we need like a photographer and what. And he was like, but then I know someone who is a photographer and he's my friend. So guess who was the photographer?
Yours truly.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow.
So by then I was in Form 2. My boyfriend was already out of school. Kabi as well. So for me, I was viewing Kabi but then as a brother. So I actually started calling him bro.
Big brother Africa.
Man, laid out the friend zone.
No. We are learning from Kabi today.
I've been there.
Kabi's our man of the week.
Don't worry about the friend zone. Continue.
So that's how we met. And after the housewarming, we had some few meets up, like maybe 2 or 3. And I would call Kabi bro because he was actually dating then. I didn't have any feelings towards him. I want to make that clear
Remember,
now.
it's...
No. I want to make it
Okay.
clear. I didn't have any feelings towards him. And I just saw him as a brother. And after maybe 2 years, we broke up with my boyfriend. And I was just continuing with my life. I want you to pick up from there. If there's anything I've left out,
let me
you can
just say this. So after that, we met the boyfriend. The boyfriend was bringing her to even my parents' house.
What?
They came to visit, you know. And during those times, she would always want photos with me alone.
What do you mean?
You know, no, I'm just saying. But we took a lot of photos together.
Yeah, we did, like as a group.
I don't know why. Even just the two of us.
See, people do that. Like when you're a group and you're like, I want a photo with you and you and you and you.
But you're
Not
the
just
one
you.
arranging, like you're the MC. Uncles and aunties for the heat. So you set up your brothers and sisters. It's me and him. So when she used to visit, by the way, I also didn't have any feelings. I never thought of you as my wife. So when
denial,
I know, right?
when they would visit with their boyfriend, you know, anapewa simu apige picha. The boyfriend is the one taking the photos of the two of us. And when she was about to complete Form 4, the boyfriend actually told me to write the success card. You know, like I was very good in graffiti.
Like he was the one writing love letters to
even
me.
letters.
Even letters
On
behalf of my
The
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Can you imagine?
That boyfriend
Yeah.
dropped the ball.
Wait. So I need to understand what just has been said.
Yeah.
The letters,
Yes.
it was you who was writing them.
Yeah, it is me.
So who would put the words? He'd be there saying, say this, or would you?
No.
He's writing, you're talking.
I had a cyber, and because of the cyber, and you know, I'm able to write and print out some things and draw nini. I do those graffitis as well. So I'd be...
So she still was dating an artist.
Yeah.
Shout out.
That's true.
That's a good one. So I'm the one writing to her, you know, hey, you're beautiful, nini, and sticking photos on the nini. She loved them, by the way. Later I came to realize. And we would send them to the school. She was in Pangani Girls at the time. So so sending those letters, and then after we met again now, they broke up with the boyfriend. The boyfriend actually got married. We are still friends at that time, even now. Just
We are
to put
still
it out there,
friends,
we are
actually.
still friends,
Yeah.
all of us.
All of us, yeah.
Okay.
There's doubt there. There's doubt. There's doubt.
I was talking about me and him.
We're homies, but you see him around for Christmas. This Christmas, he might not be.
Family friends.
Okay,
He may not make it to the Wajesus family.
He can never make it there. No way.
The silence was so loud. There.
so loud.
So we're still friends.
Yeah, so after they broke up, I also, by the time we were meeting the first time, I was not born again. And I was like a bad boy. So I think that's what she liked about me.
I didn't like it at all.
Just the bad boy
But I
vibes.
didn't even love your hair.
What hair was
What was the hair?
What hair was it? The
I had
The last
relaxed
one,
hair.
and then
I
like
did
you
that
would
too.
put a lot of
I did that as well.
gel.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Gel.
Yeah, exactly.
We will put an image.
And a little line in there.
Yeah.
We'll put, we have the image.
Yeah, we have it.
We have the image.
Go ahead.
You have it.
It's available.
Really? Really?
Our research has the image of
Yes.
Kabi with
Amazing.
gelled hair.
Amazing. I
So
need
at
to
that
see it.
time, I think she liked the vibe and everything. Because I had a cyber, as I said. So she would come to my cyber in Kayole.
Because of the internet.
Yeah.
Not
And
because of you.
but later I came to realize that the photos that we had taken together, she actually went out and printed them and stored them in her diary. And written some things. Oh, I love you. Something. I don't. Bro.
Yeah.
But she had written. And I came to realize, actually from her younger sister, that she would even pray that, you know what, God, nipatanishe, patanisho.
Lord, he works in a cyber.
Yeah.
There's internet. Connect us.
Connect us.
There's internet in the cyber. Keep going.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah,
I'm in the
so-
cyber.
Yeah, I'm in that
I'm in the
cyber.
cyber. I'm in the cyber.
So when I got born again, I was really excited about it because, as I said, I didn't have a Christian background, and I was really determined to make sure everybody knows that, now Kabi is born again. He's a changed man, because I had gone through a lot of, life in Kayole is not easy. Just growing up there, you have to defend your space, especially, those things they say of short people syndrome. I think I had one of those because I was very short and I had to fight so that people don't take advantage of me. I am like, hey, I'm the bad boy who's chase. So I had really, gone nilikuwa nimepotea basically, just trying out things, fighting, smoking weed and drinking alcohol, women here and there, like sleeping around. I had done all that. So when I got born again, I wanted to make sure that as loud as I was doing the other things, I would be as loud now serving God and making sure that people know that I'm actually born again. So I was posting it on Facebook, on Instagram. Instagram had just come out, and posting and saying, you know what, I'm now born again. I'm so excited about my new journey. And I actually changed my name. I got born again in 2013, September 15th.
Wow.
And I changed my name after like a month or so, and I was called Kabi Pinches, and now I'm Kabi Wajesus, because as I was praying and asking God, what has changed now that I'm born again? Because my body is still the same, my crib is still the same, everything I use is still the same. And God told me, you have accepted to be my son, so now you can be openly. It's like the way you say, you get to a point where when you're a child, you're just called by your two names, but unafika mahali, maybe you're taking an idea and now you can have a surname. So it's like now accepting, and you find that people, when they grow up, they are actually referred to mostly by their surname because it's what you identify with. So it's that surname of Jesus that I picked, and when I was praying, I just woke up and God said, you're now Kabi Wajesus. So I said, wow, what a profound name.
That's the legal name.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just now came up and changed my name everywhere, every platform, and that's how now she saw me again, and now she wanted the new me.
Milly.
Hallelujah. Come on.
Milly. I think he's given us chapter 2 of the book.
Goodness, chapter 3.
No, let's
Here we
enter
go.
chapter 3.
Yeah.
Chapter 3.
So fast forward, we broke up with my boyfriend then, and we lost touch with Kabi because now the only way we could meet is through the boyfriend. So we lost touch kabisa. And then I went to uni. So first year, second year, that's when I was just scrolling on my Facebook, and I'm like, who's this? This is this is the same guy.
Kabi pinches.
Nakumbuka hata I stalked him like that day. I was like,
Yeah, see? She's
Nah,
confessing. Good.
no, but love, honestly, if you notice some change, you'll stalk that person. It's
I
like when you
know.
see someone has lost weight, you scroll like, ooh, I want to see how they looked before. You see? So that's what I was doing. So I was just scrolling and trying to get like, this guy is born again. How? Myself, I got born again in Form 4, so I was born again the whole time. So I was actually very, impressed by the fact that this guy is now a changed person. He's calling himself Kabi Wajesus from Kabi Pinches. And I'm like, wow. So I inboxed him. I was like, oh, congratulations. No, I was congratulating you. Congratulations.
She slid in.
Yeah. And actually asked, when
Slide.
can we meet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there was
did.
that question.
Yeah.
Kabi pinches.
Kabi
He's
pinches.
moving on up.
Yeah.
He's moving up in life. He's a new creation.
Yeah, it's a new being.
See what the Lord has done.
And I was like, I want to meet this new person.
Yeah.
So we started chatting on inbox, we exchanged numbers, and we were just talking about our journey as Christians, and we will just share like, how is it? What do you do as a Christian? I will share what I do. He would say what he does. And we just started talking, and we decided that we meet for the very first time after almost 3 years, or is it almost 4 years?
Yeah, I think the meeting was, for me, I was actually telling her today, I was listening to a certain testimony on YouTube, and the guy was saying they prayed for 90 days, and some people are praying and they were about to break something very big, like in the spirit realm. And I was telling her, because when I got born again, as I said, I wanted to be very vocal. And that's why I'm very proud of me being Kabi Wajesus, even with my setbacks, because I want people to see the Jesus in me, even in whatever circumstance. So this time I started something for Thanksgiving, because I realized that sometimes we take what we have for granted. So I started 30 days of Thanksgiving, and during those days I would tell God, give me something. Like that time I asked God, if I finish these 30 days, there was a new phone, actually a Samsung Note 3 was just new, and I had seen it on a billboard somewhere, and I was like, wow, how can a phone be put on a billboard? Remember, I'm coming from Kayole. Like these things, I think these vitu weko uptown. Like those things are not even there. Kayole, you'll see unga, you'll see tissue. It's a lot of, So those are the adverts that ran there. So I was like, coming from Upper Hill, I don't even know what I was doing on those. Like, wow, a phone on a billboard.
Yeah.
And I said, God, who uses these phones? And he told me, now you're my child. Test me and see. I'll give you this phone.
Wow.
So I said, I want to give you thanks for the phone I already have and the things I already have for 30 days consistently. And on the 30th day, I want to have that phone on the billboard. And I started praying, and I started asking people to even join me in the movement. Let's do this. Let's do 30 days of Thanksgiving on Facebook. Every day we post something and say, thank you, God, for my sneaker. Thank you, God, for my what? Every simple things. Like I would wake up and say, today when I was waking up, I almost fell down. Thank you for, you saved me. Yeah. I didn't fall. And around 20-something, day 20-something, I got a job. And that job paid me the exact amount I needed to buy the Note 3. Wow. And this is something that was not kawaida. Like, those jobs that you just get, it's very simple. Umeifanya, umelipwa. In fact, I didn't get that money. I had a friend who had a fiance in Dubai, and I said, ata nataka itoke Dubai. So immediately, hiyo pesa tu venye imekam, iende tu huko, I want that phone. And I got that phone. And my faith blew up from that moment because I was so encouraged. And when I received that phone, I told God, from today, I want to be using only the latest phones.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Now I understand it's possible.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I said this phone is what I'll be using to show people my life on social media so that they can believe in you. They can see my testimony in the simplest of ways. And it is going to be a tool for me to preach the gospel. So from that day, that's why you're saying I'm an iPhone 15 user. Me, in fact, my birthday is, and I have iPhone 15, Samsung, S23, all of them. Like I just carry like, yeah. Big brands. Hata nazibeba tu niko like hii, hata napea PA, napea nani, my social media manager, unitumia simu mzuri. Because this is the tool that God is going to use. So I did that. I did so many other days. But I did another profound one, and that is what we were talking about today with my wife. I did 90 days. And I said, for these 90 days, God, by the time I'm finishing the 90 days, I want you to drop a wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's now you So from today, this is day one. I'm thankful for
a formula.
I'm thankful for electricity. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. That's what I'm thankful.
90 days.
90 days.
Thank you for this mic.
I'll see you in March.
Thank you for the mic.
See you in March, my brother. See you in March, brother.
We'll see you there, brother.
See you in March.
But
Wow,
I had tried even a car in 60 days. Day 58, I got a car. Actually, I didn't buy. I went to Mombasa for the first time. Nilipanda ndege the first time. When nilipanda Boeing, like it was being tested, and the cabin crew told me, I was so excited getting into the plane. It's 3 rows. And she was like, is it your first time? Yeah, I said, yeah, my first time to fly. She told me, you're very lucky. This is a new aeroplane from KQ. We are just testing it here. Like for the Mombasa trip is not for profit or anything. It's just test. So you're one of the, like a few people who are going to actually, and yeah, that was my first flight. So coming back, I asked someone to pick me at the airport with a car. And the car that I was picked with actually became my car.
Tell us how.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm at the airport. I'm in the
that
airport.
was 60 days.
Of
This
Thanksgiving.
is of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You're doing it
so
all wrong.
yeah.
And I
And
joined you on the 60.
You joined me. No, you joined me on the 90. So
yeah.
the 60 days, I'm still doing. People are joining. Actually, we are doing
Online,
it as
on Facebook.
on
What
Facebook.
day are we on?
Yeah, like it's a lot of people, but some people drop off on the way because 90 days consistently posting on social media is not easy. 60 days, and sometimes people don't even know what to post. So the car that actually came, it's actually my dad who sent the car to come and pick me because he was selling that car. I didn't have a driving license at the moment. So he said, that car iko na mtu fulani, and I sent someone to go pick it and to come and pick me at the... Oh, do you know who I actually sent? It's your ex-boyfriend.
Wow.
I just remembered.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Did
God.
you want to clarify on that?
This one is like fresh in my head. I'm like, wow.
That's
Crazy.
Oh, we've come full
Keep
circle.
going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So he's actually... Because he knew how to drive. He picked me. So the car was left with me because I said, can you give me the car? I try and sell it. I don't even have a driving license at the moment. So 2 weeks later, I still had it. So I started training how to drive, and I got a driving license. And then I said, can I start paying kidogo kidogo so that I can have the car? So I paid like, I think after I actually sold the car is when I actually paid. I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't pay. Because my dad now, I had given some, like I told him, can I continue using it until I get the money to. So when I got the new car, the other car, they're now my second car, I had actually now used the money to add up the money I had from the other car to buy another car.
Jesus.
So I didn't pay. And
it
it was not like given to me like, now I'm giving you a car.
Yeah.
So it's the miraculous ways of God working this thing out and making sure that the thing that I faithed actually came to pass.
No, he gave you better.
Yeah, he gave me
better.
yeah. Because me, I was just there asking anipe do ama nini ndiweze kubuy gari. So now I was so encouraged and I said, I have a car now, I'm using the best phone in town.
Yeah.
I had moved houses from Roysambu
But at
and
least you need to
Mwaka.
say what the car was.
Yeah, it was what was it?
Why is she laughing? Why is she laughing?
Because when I was using this There's a story there.
You're very good at storytelling. I'm so invested. Okay.
Let's
go.
So
A Christmas story.
Yeah.
fast forward, we had already I'll tell you about the 90 days, but we had already started dating, and I had her in my car. Now this car, the car didn't
Your first
even
car.
my first car haikuwa inapandisha hata view, like the windows were not rolling up, didn't have AC, and we had to go for a shoot in Kajiado. So this shoot, while we were on our way to Kajiado, the heat
Yeah,
on
crazy.
that highway. And that car, by the way, ilikuwa inaenda, your gari, it was old but very 140. So the engine is heating up, the heat is coming, the sun is too hot. We
Yeah.
can't. I think, did you
I
have
had
makeup
makeup,
on?
yeah, so I was
So it's
sweating.
sweating.
And it was the makeup from Du Bois.
Yeah, the makeup.
Oh, it's not the
Boys
waterproof
road.
one.
Not to buy the boys.
The boys.
The boys, yeah. Do you know, we actually had to stop after every 20 minutes
Just
on
to-
the side of the road
just for
to
air.
breathe.
Yeah, to breathe.
And the windows can't go down.
down.
So you have to
Yes,
stop
can't
the
go
car.
down.
Get out. Oh,
Get out.
my
She's
God.
there fanning
She's
herself.
there.
Yeah.
With a newspaper, maybe.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, every 20 minutes. So I have to go faster. So 20 minutes must cover a long distance.
Yeah.
140.
Stress.
140.
Oh, my
And it was
Stop.
loud because I think you know
Loud.
those things that
The
cover
guy
the
we couldn't
engine.
even talk.
Yeah, we were like,
Serious.
Yeah,
Just
when-
silent.
unasemaje? Nakwambia tusimame. Oh, ni joto. Yeah, so we stop, we breathe, we continue with
Yeah.
the journey. So that's the story of the car. But regardless, here we are.
Yeah.
So do you,
This is the 60 of the. We're waiting for the wife.
The
Yeah.
wife,
The
yeah, there's
90.
one thing missing in this.
no,
Yeah.
the 90 days,
Yeah.
when I started the 90 days, I made it clear to God that I want a wife and I want him to give me a wife. In between the 20-something, there's this girl I started seeing here and there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's like a girl that came through between. I'm like, wow, God, hey, after the 50 jafika, what's up? You're working fast. God
prayers.
space.
Permissive
Hashtag
will,
God
you know,
space.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. 5G. What's
There you
up?
go.
So
Oh, my days.
there's a girl who came through. I think it was a counterfeit now that I know.
Oh, it's not me.
Yeah, it's not you. Yeah, so this girl now, Nini. But when I was doing these things, now she was like, hey, you're serious. I told her the vision. You know, I was praying and I asked God that by the 90th days, I'll have a wife. And I didn't even expect to meet you. Hey.
You see what they do?
Uh-huh.
The guys in church.
Ah, you see,
Yeah.
keep it
See,
forward.
I've been. I'm on my. I'm on my 40th day. Eli, we've been using the wrong
The
Rizz.
wrong, honestly,
This is
multiples of
Church
three.
gospel Rizz.
I swear. Oh,
So I was like, and she was like, so if it's a wife you're looking for and I'm here, I'm ready to be wifed. So after like 1 week, we are going out, Nini. Sometimes I'm dropping her with my 60 days car. And
He called it a 60 days.
yeah, at the parking lot, she's like, hey, me, I've always wanted to chapa this thing kwa parking, bana. My guy, see, we just do it.
In the church parking.
No, now
Oh.
in her workplace.
Uh-huh.
So she's like, she's actually born again. Now, this is also dating in church.
wow.
And she's like, hey, me, I'm feeling I can't go to work if you don't shughulikia me. So she just do, I'm like, what? In the parking? Eh, me, first of all, I don't want to do it. Yeah, I've said,
Yeah.
saving myself for marriage. And she's like, no, but you already told me you're ready for marriage. It's just 90 days, you guys. What are you talking about?
What are you saying?
What are you saying?
It's 60 days from now.
It's 60.
No,
Actually,
sooner.
sooner. You give me the thing, but
Yeah.
I need to check the thermally and stuff. So this girl, she like, sorry, yeah, test drive and man, kama hizo.
Literally.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, I can't do it. Hey, I was like, what? I said, okay, let's do it some other time. Right
But you
now,
actually promised.
yeah, because now I don't want
be in
to
touch.
just. I don't want to say a straight up no, because I'm like, what she thinks I don't have it, you know.
That's true.
It's
It's true. Game is game.
The game is the game. Let me tell you, when that door is closed and the windows are not opening, the car is hotter than hot. No, he's trying to.
That's a lot of willpower.
He's trying to open the doors to salvation. Can't enter the car. But the windows
Can't even find his way in. Like, can you let me in with the windows? They're not rolling down. So
There was a third man in the fire.
Oh no! Oh, I'm
Sorry. We're on day. Carry on.
No, we have to finish this.
Sorry. Yeah.
so actually after that day I was so scared of her.
Yeah.
I went back home and I started praying and telling God, God, please don't let this thing happen. You know, like, I'm just born again, you know, I'm like, you know, a few months old.
Yeah.
I'm not even a year old. Sasa, this temptation, you know me, I was, you know, I used to do these things. Please give me strength to
If it was
overcome.
pinches.
Yeah,
It's just
Those
that.
pinches.
You know where you're going to God, you're saying, God, you're saying, listen, this one even means personal. If I was pinches, if she came around,
You're lucky.
you're lucky. Hey, let me start this car. Go home.
Yeah. I'm like, you're just lucky to meet pinches.
God.
So me, I prayed and I said, God, please. But another day, she just found her way to come even to my house. And fortunately, I had some guys over. I was living with my editors, my cameraman. To go to, like, we are young people.
Yeah.
So we didn't save up on any. So I was like, hey, she says she's locked out. My story. She found a way to get to my house. And so I told her, now we have one bedroom. And you know, now everyone else needs. So you sleep in the bedroom. And sisi utalala kwa sitting room. Yeah. So she went to the bedroom, Nini. And in the morning she was like, "What? You didn't come?" I'm like, I was waiting for you the whole night.
You're editing videos.
I'm like, what? You expected me to come? Me, I'm Kabi Wajesus. You're waiting for me.
It's not pinches. Wrong address.
Wrong address, man. Go to Kayole, check out that guy. So she said that, hey, you didn't come. Hey, from that day. Hey, it will go there, Shama. I won't do it. This one is not her.
Wow.
And I stopped. I told her, hey, you know, this thing, we can't continue. Let's, no, I don't think it is it, Nini. Remember, this time, Milly has already joined the group for the 90 days.
Oh.
She's part of.
Like we were chatting. There was a WhatsApp group.
There was a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
There was, you know.
So there's WhatsApp groups for 90 days.
Yeah.
Do they exist still? Like, I'm not.
Yeah, we're just curious. We're
We
just
can
wondering.
start
They want to
one
join.
for
It's
you.
for a friend. It's for a friend.
It's for a friend. I'm here. I'll be there for 60 days.
For the car.
So we are together. You know, me, I'm trying my things out here. You know, we are doing the 90 days together. But she's not alone.
Yeah.
There are other ladies, there are other guys there.
Yeah.
So when we finished the 90 days, she's actually the one who suggested, I feel like you've been doing this thing for some time now. You need to meet the people who actually do it with you. It's her.
Yeah.
She's saying, and she's part of the
So
people.
you merely admit.
No.
No, I just admit it's
And
easy.
it's okay. Admit you had a plan here.
She said
No,
the
I
people.
didn't have a plan.
Uh-huh.
I was just discipling him. Because he was a younger Christian.
Uh-huh.
So I was just showing him how these things are done. Like, if you have a group that you're mentoring or people that you're working with, at least, you know, meet them. Yeah. So it's just that.
So did you mentor him specifically or the 90 people in the group?
I was just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just him.
Yeah. Actually, I said she's now my assistant.
Prayer
Yes,
partner.
yeah,
I was
prayer
the
partner.
group admins.
Yeah, so what happened? I started the hashtag. It was hashtag helper things.
Helper team.
Helper
I was the
things.
helper.
She was the helper. So when she said that, that's a brilliant idea. So I told the guys we can meet Nini, and we actually planned a meeting on the last day, the 90th day. But everyone had excuses. Oh, sijui my cat, sijui inatapika. Oh, my sijui what is not working. So can you imagine, out of all the people we had, she's the only one who was available.
Were they definitely told?
I
Were they?
No.
I've seen too many coincidences here. Somebody's being discipled.
No one
Hyper teens.
cancelled anything.
How many people in the group?
The queen.
Yeah, exactly. Checkmate.
I am checkmate.
So, because she's the
Then
only
I
one.
didn't know, like he was praying for a wife. Me, I was praying for different things. Everyone was praying. Everyone had their own prayer
Yeah.
item. For him, it was a wife, and I didn't know. Yes.
Wow. Okay, fair.
So now we actually plan. So she plans now the meeting, which is personal. So she tells me,
It's not personal.
no, because the other people are not coming.
Oh, okay.
Because the other people are not coming, I go to morning prayers in town at 5 a.m. Maybe we can start there and just meet up. So we meet at 5 a.m. And at that moment,
So
Yeah.
just a moment,
Camera
sir.
one.
Just a moment, sir. So you leave Ruaka
yeah,
Yeah.
to go there to town
yes,
by 5 a.m.
5
Yeah.
a.m.
I used to go for prayers every morning, 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Dandora. Do you know Dandora?
How long is that? How?
It's in Nairobi.
30 minutes?
Yeah, 45.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
See,
Okay,
like,
30
in
is
the
a lot.
morning.
In the morning,
it's
it's like
early.
15 minutes.
So then you go to work in town. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
It was on your way to work.
She was doing phone repairs.
Ah,
Yeah, that's a
you have to
story
say
for
that.
another day. Yeah, so she tells me to meet up at the prayer place, and I waited for her at City Hall. And I remember, Yani, for me, I think she had planned all this and she's gotten ready, you know, she knows what to do and stuff, just to, you know, maybe she'd read something
No,
like,
I was your answered prayer.
you know,
Hey.
There it is.
Nothing was planned.
you know,
You prayed.
I prayed.
Yeah.
Okay, let me accept. Yeah, my answered prayer. So I'm looking at my answered prayer, and that moment, I have never seen such a beautiful girl. She was just walking towards me. She had a scarf, I think, because of the cold in the morning, and she flipped the scarf. Have you seen those slow motion things?
Yeah.
She was looking at me straight in the eye, and then she
Smiling.
smiling, just
Yeah.
walking.
Then I had that thing.
Whoa!
Oh,
That
good
flip.
morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Where are you calling us from? Good morning. It's a morning show. Let me tell you, Mina. So I see her, and oh my God, I'm blown away. Right there, I said, after this prayer, we are going for a date, a coffee date.
God.
Yeah.
Immediately.
My
Immediately.
guy.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
putting God first.
Putting God first. So we go for the prayer meeting. We prayed. Now me, I'm like, wow, God. So she's praying there. I hear her tongues. They are, you know, sharp. Nini. I'm like, wow, God. I think that I would like that, those tongues in my house.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo! Hey, yo!
The tongues were so soft. You know?
Real.
I love them. By the way, I'm like,
You see, the whole time, you're the one who is just thinking of me as your wife.
After the
I didn't even
plans.
have an idea.
I'm talking about the plan. The plan was so well laid down. Singejitoa.
I have questions though. If you didn't know you were the wife, what was this about?
Yeah.
What was
Why?
that?
No,
What is
today, I was in my, like,
Zone.
in my zone. I was
She's in
just
her
being
power.
me.
That's just
You know,
normal.
I had gotten over the breakups. I was happy. But I was in a very nice season of my life. Amazing. So it wasn't planned. It was just me being me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mysterious
Taji, and that is how your dad met your mother. And watch it anytime.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. And
Yeah.
from that point, from the prayer meeting, I took her on a coffee date. We went to Java, some carrot cake, I remember. And we had that. And then at 10 a.m., I checked out which movie was showing, went to IMAX.
Nice.
We watched, it was such a nice, The Rock was fighting a lion. I can
Hercules.
Is it
It
Hercules?
was Hercules, yeah.
Hercules.
Yeah,
Is it-
exactly.
I think, yeah. So it was, a 3D movie of the whole day. What?
Yeah,
Her first time in a movie theater.
Yeah.
It's 3D. It's
Yeah,
happening. Yeah.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
just
So ice cream.
went for ice cream. There is a place for ice cream in
Snooker.
town.
We just did
Yeah, I think. Yeah. It's that place.
How do I know? Ask me.
Do you know?
That's when you start the episode.
I felt the Lord whisper. Anyway, I want
have the formula.
I have the formula,
Yeah.
guys. Like, I want us to reel this conversation back in because we were just taken away by the tide. But I want us to kind of fast forward the relationship into the place where I think a lot of young couples are watching this. How do you get to the place where you've met someone, you're madly in love with them, you found your purpose, you're with them in spirit? How do you make the decision to make the leap and to actually like marry them and like finally put a ring on a finger and say, we are going through the
Case
rational
closed.
process. This is where it's at.
Yeah.
It ends here.
Well, I think for me as a man,
Hey, thank you. Welcome to Mantle.
yeah. So one of the things that I realized is, number one, the woman that I saw, being committed to being a better person, number one, spiritually. And when we started dating, she was committed to healing from all those things. She was open to me to explain those things that she's been through and, the process that she wants to go through and all that. Apart from that, she was someone who is a planner. Like, I just wanted someone who can come into my life and aleta hiyo order and, hiyo kuleta tu kampango. And I just saw from my interaction with her, the first 3 months, I think, of us dating, we had already opened a joint account just for saving for rainy days. I don't know for
3
what.
months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, my
Like,
guy.
I wouldn't recommend that
Yeah, but it was not all our money.
because it took all the money.
But I was giving
When you
more.
were still dating,
was
he used it up. He didn't even help us.
Milly. Don't go for that like you didn't say it. Don't go like she
True.
Wow.
It's true.
You're talking to young people here and you're saying, don't recommend them to
I
save
will
together.
never ever get married first.
Get married first.
Yeah.
And then
But this is
open
not all our money.
I know.
It's just some small amount and actually it came through for a rainy day.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
The way,
it did.
Yeah, you
true.
see, so it actually served its purpose.
But for me, it was all my money. I didn't have money. Like, it was all my money.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Imagine
I
she,
used to save alone.
imagine you have a joint account and then you put your boyfriend in the
In the
joint
joint
account.
account. Wow.
That's real love.
Yeah.
She was committed.
Yeah, so the commitment and the planning and all that. Because now what happened, because I was doing film. One day I come actually she was on long holiday and then I come into the room and I had, because she was in KU and I was shooting on Thika Road. So I had left Rwaka and they had gone with her roommates. They were on long holiday. So nikasema, because I'm just going to the garage, the garage was around their place. So let me drop the things at her house and then I'll come pick them. I drop them, go to the garage, come back, everything is gone.
What?
Yeah. So there and then I knew I have to start again. So the house I was living in Rwaka, first of all, I had to move out because I knew nikikapa the next 3 months sina your rent. So first, before I figure out how to, come back again, I just moved out. I went to a smaller house ya 5K nini. So sikuacha deni huku na nimejipanga vizuri. Nimeenda nimepata kanyumba ka budget. Na hiyo ndo nilitumia kulipa ile now the new house. It was just 5K and at least to be able to move around. And then they had parking, so I had a place to park my car for the time that I would not have enough money to move around with the car. Wow. So you see, even at this point, I'm just seeing the way this girl, the commitment she had towards God also, just knowing that she's also committed to purity. I'm like, now this is someone I can trust. That even when we get married, I won't think of infidelity because if she was ready to remain pure before we get married, then it's easier for her to remain pure even after marriage, even in marriage. So those are the things that I was looking at and I was ready to get to marry her. Yeah.
Yeah, but you never professed your love to me. You waited for, I think, almost 1 year. And I was like, this guy, he's just wasting my time here. And I started dating someone else.
Whoa, I wasn't ready.
We are there.
I was there. This journey is like twist.
One guy's house is getting cleaned out.
And the other.
The other.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Now I'm lost. Okay. So, go.
In
a year.
between.
In between the year.
like we were not dating, we were just like good friends. Okay, I knew like he loved me and he would love to date me, but he never made the move. So he would just keep calling me sis. Okay, and I was like, okay, bro. And like he wouldn't even hug me. Like I think he was traumatized
Yeah, it's the
from the
boobs.
other
From the
relationship.
car.
Yeah, he wouldn't even hug me. Like he would be like, okay, see you tomorrow.
See you. Good night. Eh?
Yeah, God bless you.
Take care, amen.
Self-control.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
And it's not like I wanted anything, but I wanted to be sure this guy, is into me. Anyway, like through the action, like I knew he was into me because he would buy me flowers and I'm his sister, buy me chocolate, pick me up, drop me. Yani, he was there for me. So it was planned. I decided I'm going to date someone.
And see what happens.
Yeah, and see what happens. Yeah, and that's what I did. And then one day, he came to pick me up from a date
Imagine.
with that
Hey,
person.
God.
So I'm like, where are you? I want to
think-
drop you home.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But you were playing the
I'm
long
on a
game.
date.
Was this calculated? This was the long game for you, or?
For me, yeah. What I was doing, remember the previous relationship that was like a counterfeit? I went in and told this girl, I'm looking for a wife. I'm ready to get married.
But
Cast
he
to the
never
chest. Yeah.
told me
Yeah,
anything like that.
I didn't,
Even that whole year?
after I'm done with the
You're a
Thanksgiving.
quick learner.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
adaptation.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
Learn your lesson.
I mean, right, listen.
Yeah.
His house got cleaned out. What did he do? Moved out 5K. Like he moves quickly.
Yeah,
He doesn't
don't
waste
make-
time.
Not the same mistake twice.
That's the mistake.
Not the same
Don't
mistake
miss-
twice.
no
No,
way.
no.
I don't have money for next month, so
Yes,
the rent can serve me 3
If
months.
she last time you told someone your plan, suddenly she's putting down windows in cars.
Yeah.
That's
So
not what you
don't tell
want.
the plan. Don't tell the-
Clearly, there's something about it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll just do everything that a
Yeah.
boyfriend should do, but I won't really ask her to be my girlfriend because I just want to
Imagine.
do that when when she's also marinated, she's ready for.
We always say this.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it cook.
Put it in the fridge.
Put it in the fridge. Relax. Relax.
A whole year.
Yeah.
But he didn't know it was already warm.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing. Then this day I pick her up and we go. I'm dropping her. When I was dropping her, we used to stay in the car for some time because at least it's in the evening, so it's not that hot. Now it's actually providing us with some warmth because kuna kuteremsha vioo. So we were there and we were talking, and she told me, "Hey, Aki, that date was so nice." I'm like, what?
You didn't know it was a date that she was on.
She told me she's going to meet
Meet a
someone.
friend.
Yeah, but now she's telling me it's a date. And then she says, Aki, I wanted to actually tell you not to come pick me up because he was to drop me. And oh my God, I love the leather smell in his car.
Let's cut this podcast right now.
I'm furious. I'm livid at this point.
The trimming. And she's touching my old car. Those cars don't have any
Just say
trimming.
G-touring.
Is it a G-touring or something?
The one that had some weird shape.
What? It was a G-touring?
Yeah.
It's called a
G-touring.
G-touareg.
G-touring. It's the small Toyota car with the
G-touring.
exactly.
Yes.
KE.
Yes, KAX.
There it is.
So Cax. I was calling it Cax. So the G-touring, it's black. On the dashboard, everything is black. And then, those cars, kwa impata accident, the airbags were put back and then there are some glues. And then she's telling me that the trimming on that car, they were leather. And at that very moment, I told her, now, can we, I sat up and I told her, can we be serious? What do you think we are doing here?
Yeah.
You told me you were on a what?
Sorry, I'm dead.
A date with another guy.
Can we be serious?
Can we be serious?
After calling her sis.
Oh, what do you expect?
No,
This is a family member.
I'm like, sis,
Family emergency number.
can I call dad? Tell her what sis is
I'm in your
doing.
sister here.
Our father.
My spiritual daddy.
Yeah. Daddy, I'm with sis.
She's been on a date.
She's been on a date. And I told her, listen, now, from this moment,
I'm
henceforth, not asking.
He forced me to it.
I'm telling you,
my guy,
we are dating. If I've never told you before, we are dating. From now, we are dating. Now you know. Block that guy now. As I see. Where's your phone?
The guy blocked that guy.
Block the guy.
He's still calling.
The guy was blocked.
He's still calling.
Even today.
They had a good date. Imagine you him.
He's like, what? I'm waiting for her to call back.
Imagine you put a chick in a leather car with trimming.
Yeah. And you said she'll call tomorrow.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, she lives at, oh my God, I had such a good time.
He told all his friends about the date.
Then she says, who's picking you? My brother.
Maybe actually it's the guy who
the relationship is going to die. That's what the relationship is going to die.
Oh, I'm dead. Wow.
Jesus. Yeah, that's why you're called Wajesus.
Yeah. And the rest is history.
And then from there, just we started dating and,
Jesus. And then for me, okay, there was a moment you showed us where there was a proposal and we saw it. We, in our research, it popped up. And I just have to ask, right? Were you expecting him to show up in a primary school? Was it a secondary school?
It was a high school.
Yeah, where you're saying, I'm a co-founder and I want to encourage you girls. Hey, were you and it's the same, it's almost the same words that you use today.
Yeah.
And like, did you expect him to come up there with his suit and like just go there and say, listen, I'm going to say this in front of everyone?
No, I didn't. I did not. I was surprised. I was like, shocked, like, because first of all, I knew it was live TV. Like the first thing that came to my mind, like, oh my God, we are live. So just to give you some background on the whole proposal thing, Kabi wanted to marry me when I was in, was it?
Second year, yeah. Immediately we, like after a year of dating.
After 1 year of dating, he went to my parents. Oh, Suji, I want to date you. I want to marry your daughter. I can even pay for her school fees.
Yeah.
But my parents were like, no, that is not going to happen. Let her finish school. And then after that, we can talk. So I had just completed school like 1 month before.
Wasted no time.
Yeah.
Wasted no time.
No time wasted.
Yeah, so like for me, I knew maybe after I finish school, like he's going to take some time, like it's like a process. I didn't expect him to propose. So I was actually very shocked. In my head, I was like, oh my God, my parents are seeing. I actually even thought about my parents.
Because what I did, I told her, I made a poster for her for the interview.
Yeah.
Because actually, I'm the one who knew the Kubamba crew.
You planned everything.
We planned everything with the Kubamba, with Njugush and Moz. And I actually made a poster. My friend Pages made a poster for her, and I told her, this is a very important interview.
So you have to
it's your first
circulate
time.
the poster.
Make sure people see.
Yeah, so I was sharing, broadcasting.
Share on WhatsApp.
Everywhere.
My God, yeah.
And I specifically told her, make sure you share to your parents.
This man is a smart
Say.
man.
Like, clever guy.
I'm telling you, that Jitwari. That Jitwari. Tax was the beginning. And then,
So they are shocked, but I'm also very, very happy. Like, oh my God, this is happening. Like, I'm being proposed to. So of course I said yes. And I knew immediately we had to start planning a wedding because I knew what he had done. My parents said immediately she finishes school, you can come and we talk. He had already started the conversation.
Without going.
Yeah.
I started it on TV. You watch. I'm starting. Yeah.
Do you know my dad called me and my dad didn't even understand what a proposal is, and he was like, I'm seeing you're getting married on TV.
Oh, you thought you were getting married?
Natujaitwa harusi.
Raw.
Yes.
Like then we had to explain to him it's a proposal. Yeah, and that's how everything started, like planning the wedding and everything. And the whole time we had started sharing our journey, even on our Instagram and our Facebook. We will share when we are just together, when we go out for dates. And people had started having interest, and they're like, wow, I love this dating life, the way you're sharing your dating life. And by the time Kabi was proposing, we already had some people, a community.
Yeah.
It was a small community of maybe like 3,000 people.
It's quite small.
Yeah.
Yeah, tiny.
Tiny. I mean, they could all come for his wedding.
Yeah. Expensive. That's an expensive wedding.
We had a community in church.
Yeah.
So everything happened so fast. And okay, it took 1 year for the wedding to happen, but everything was just beautiful. I remember that whole process till to date. It was just the best. Yeah. Wow. And one thing I can say that we did that has really, really impacted and changed our marriage is we did premarital classes. Yeah. We did it for a whole year. Where we'd meet, like, with other couples who are planning to marry, and we'll discuss, like, what do you expect? What are your fears? What is this one secret that you've never told someone? Hey, oh my God, I was told so many secrets.
You're asking for one. I'm like, I can still keep some. So one, eh?
They will never know about pinches.
They will never know.
I'm curious. So, like, how did you feel? Because obviously we've not proposed to anybody. What's that feeling like, especially doing it live with a crowd? What was going through your mind in that kind of moment? Because you look confident when you're walking up there.
Dude came
it's still icy.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna tell everybody in the world.
Let's be serious.
Let's be serious. Pages did his thing with the poster.
Yeah.
Everybody played a part. It was now his turn.
He had the flowers.
Yeah. How was that?
Oh my goodness. I think for me, when I got born again, I saw a lot of young people getting married, which I had not seen in Kayole. Even doing weddings, doing proposals. I had now started seeing, these are new culture. And I was so encouraged to do it. And I knew now I'm going to do it. So at this moment where I decided now I want to propose to her, so that, and I want the world to know. Like, for me, I think it's what we do today. Like, everything we do, we share. Because one thing, as I said earlier, I wanted people to see my life in its simplicity and to see my growth. Let me just say this. When I got born again, I asked God, because even in Kayole, I was not so used to reading the Bible. And we are now living in a new age with social media, with all this. Can people actually go back? Can you make me like a Bible of my generation? Like, people can go back and see, hey, the struggles I've come through, the things I've passed on. They don't have to even read a Bible. Like, me, I was like, kina Moses ni kina who? Like, this thing of water and things. Me, I'm like, give me tangible things. Like, I am going to start these 30 days, and then they see me with a new phone and they will be like, yeah, he said it. So at this moment, I just wanted the world to see. So thinking of the proposal, first I had another crazy idea. I wanted to do it kwa ndege huko, talk to the captain for her first flight, but we got an opportunity to do a job with now currently the first lady. At that time, she was the wife of the deputy president. So we were put on a plane together, and so now you in script ikakufa. Now I can't do it because it won't be a special thing, because the first flight nini. So now, on this live interview, when we were headed there, because she knew I'm going for another interview on KBC, and she was doing Citizen, and now we were headed to so they went with the wife of my friend Rachel, and I went with Kemo. He was he's they were our best couple, and he's actually the guy behind the Tima, the track. So I was managing him at the moment. So the Tima was a hit, and we were going for interview, so it was not strange for her. Yeah, so we are going for an interview with Kemo, and so because we won't be able to accompany you, Rachel will accompany you. But let me tell you, driving on those, because it was Gateway Girls. Hey, those Majani farms, the things they saw, the tea farms. Hey, we got to a place. I just said stop. My stomach could not hold it in anymore. Jesus. I went in and did the thing kwa bush. I'm like, everything. Jesus. No, for real. Anxiety ilikuwa real. You guys are saying it. I was there walking what?
Serious?
He's a man from a tea farm.
First of all, it's the tea.
Oh my gosh.
Because first of all, when I was headed there is when it hit me that she might actually say no.
That's what. Yeah.
And this is something I might have to live with because it's live.
Yeah.
It's not recorded. We can say, edit that part out. So if she says no
in front of
Gateway Girls, but
The
whole nation and the
Memes.
TV, the memes,
6 years, 6 years ago, there was a man rejected on
Yeah.
live
on
television.
live television. And I was like, that's when it hit me. She might actually say no. So that's the moment now I started praying and asking God, no, I've prayed for her wife, but please talk to her so that she says yes.
Wow.
And when I was kneeling there and she paused for like 30, I don't know what she was thinking about. And I was like, my fear is just being confirmed. She's silent.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm
getting.
getting anxious.
Yeah.
Say something.
She was like, love.
She just wanted that moment.
Milly's the devil.
He said, you let me wait 1 year. You can wait 30 seconds.
You better wait.
You can wait 30
You
seconds.
waited a long time. You're lucky that's 60 days.
It's 30 seconds.
Oh my God. That's
Sheesh.
incredible.
Yeah, that was scary, to be honest.
Anyway, just such a lovely story. Another beautiful story that again we're just so grateful you could share with us. Now I want us to kind of leap like a few years into the future.
Yeah.
And talk about now where the Wajesus family is this huge brand. You've been thinking around it, you've built a business around it, you have a lovely family, we're following them closely on social media. How do you handle such a beautiful relationship with such lovely beginnings? How do you handle the publicity that has now come with it, that came from such a pure place? How do you handle that now? And do it while protecting your family, because I think that's really, really important.
Extremely. In fact, we were just talking about it, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Like the more you grow, the more it hits you how serious, this thing is. Like, even for our children, what does it mean for our children? We are living in an age where people will even troll small children shamelessly just because they are on social media. And so even us not sharing our daughter on social media is because, as you said, it started as with a very pure intention. We knew we are just doing the work of the Lord. But then every time we face a challenge, we realize, oh my God, it's not as pure as it is to us, to the world.
Yeah.
And it is not as, the world actually plans for you. In the beginning, we are just sharing, we are happy, we are showing everything. We are so innocently thinking that, everyone is vouching for you. Keep pushing, hey, marriages have been fought out here. You guys are standing for marriage. Keep pushing. But we realize that some of these people are so hard that the things we portray are actually triggers to their relationships, to their pasts, to their, childhood things and things they've gone through. And so it kind of feels as we grow older in this space, you start even holding back some things. You don't share everything. But then again, there's a purpose that you have to fulfill. So trying to balance between that is actually where the work is. Because the work is not the social media bit. Because again, in the beginning, we already knew this is the call.
Yeah.
I was still doing it even before brands came on board, even before people believed in us, even before we were all this big. I'll still do it to my 300 followers, still doing it to my 1,000 followers, and I'll still do it to my 1,000,000 followers. So that's not a problem. Now, what you're asking is where the challenge comes in. How do I protect my wife from even a past that she may have that may be brought to the light to try and, tarnish her name, her brand, even to demoralize her as a mother, as a career woman. Because actually there's a story of me that came out from my past, of me having I have a child from my past, and the story coming out was not about trying to see how can we work together to raise this child. And it was so but that even the things that are being said publicly, nothing is being said to protect the child or to protect, the mental health of this child. How do they grow up? What are the things that they're going to see even as they grow up? Yes, it is true. The father and the mother messed up. But here we are with a beautiful child who has a future, But online will not actually regard anything to try and protect the children, try and protect such interest of the future. And so when that happened, I was very vocal at the moment to try and show even men how to raise their children, being present fathers. And I would change diaper. I would, sleep train my son, show people, even just me praying for him before he goes to bed, before he does this. I was very vocal about it. But I remember that year, after that came out, I started shying off. Not because I am not a good father, not because I do not have something to teach the world from the parenting I'm doing now as a man, as a father, but because I feel condemned. I feel like, my past is demystifying the person that I really am, that I am today. So how do you overcome that and still continue to have your voice even when such things happen? And now we had to be intentional that, this might not seem like it's a big deal now, but because at the moment you're so down, you're going through a hard time, not just, as a person, but even as a couple. You can imagine these things being brought to light by social media. Now they are coming from outside. In public, the public pressure coming from outside, now deal with it privately.
Yeah.
And, how do you assure your wife that, yes, I have told you I was not a good person when I was pinches, but are we safe as a family? Is this thing going to come again? Are we going to go through such a phase in life? How do we protect our children? How do we introduce them? How do we blend in this family that was not, we didn't, do this thing in the beginning? Because this would have been easier if it was, when we are getting married, show me all these things. Let's walk together. Let's, journey this journey. How can we come together? Let's bring the parents together. Let's, all those things. And so that's what I'm talking about. The trying to understand how to stand for your family, how to protect your children, how to protect even the people that might come. I've seen, even, extended family being trolled just because of the person I am, the person we have become. So it is a very, very thin line between, trying to show the world, the call and the mission, because the purpose is, let's show marriage works. Let's continue doing this, but it's also very stressful because you're trying to preach to, they are the same people that will be, there ready to kill you for whatever.
I have a follow-up question, because I think that's a really interesting topic. But how are people reacting to the prosperity? Because you might have a mission and a dream and a vision, but you've been very successful at it. How are people reacting to that success? Because I've seen your videos of you building your mother a house.
Yes.
And me, in fact, that video when we saw it, I told Eli, we have to bring them to the podcast because I really have questions around how are people reacting to that prosperity? Are you finding people accept it and say, praise Jesus, it works? Or are you finding another side of that's much darker?
I think it has like two sides to it, because there are people who see what we do and they feel encouraged. They feel like I also want to do the same. Like if you're building for your parents, I also want to build for your parents, for my parents I mean. And there's also this other side where, first of all, we are in an industry, like there are bloggers, there are people who would love to make something out of who you are or out of your name. So there's always someone who will try to set a different agenda. So for us, what we really struggle with is just making sure like people get our agenda. because I'm sharing because I want you to be encouraged that you can do the same for your parents. And on the other side, there are people coming and saying you're flossing, you're showing off. Like, why are you showing us you have a new car? Why are you showing us you've done this? Why are you showing us? And there are also other people who are like, why are you pretending? I know that is not real. You understand? So for us, we know there are both sides. And there's something we learned like after maybe 2 years of being on the space is that do not feel like you need to be loved by people for you to do what you're supposed to be doing. Do not feel like you need to get validation from people. As long as you know you're on purpose, there's a reason why you're doing it. You keep doing it. For us, when we started online, I wasn't a person who would love to be, in the public eye. I didn't love cameras. I was extremely, extremely shy. Maybe I'm still shy, but not as much. But Kabi encouraged me. He was like, no, love. You see, the few times we've shared about our marriage, we kept wondering, we are sharing about our marriage and people are looking at us like, is it real? And we're like, whether it's real. Like every time people will meet us, they're like, Kai, kumbe, you actually love each other for real. Yani, you actually like carry her handbag for real. Yani, we would have so many instances of people not, believing it's real. So we felt encouraged to keep sharing and sharing until we change the narrative. And I'm so happy because I've seen like more people are open to sharing their relationships. Before it was like, a taboo. Like you're sharing that to your girlfriend, you're sharing a photo with your girlfriend. But nowadays it's actually the in thing. Like when you have a girlfriend or when you have a wife or if you're a family man, you want to show off your family. And, there's so much out there that is speaking against the marriage aspect. And for us, God choosing us to be the ones, shining that light and encouraging people. It doesn't matter the background you've come from. It doesn't matter what you've seen. There's also the other side. And this is the other side. And this is how you live life. And this is how you have a successful marriage. So for us, as much as there's then people who take it negatively, we focus on the people who take it positively.
Like us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the reasons we really wanted to have you here, because I think sometimes short form content or edited content can not give the full picture.
Yeah.
But in my mind, you can't be consistent for 5 years if you don't really practice what you preach behind closed doors as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's just beautiful that you're going to keep encouraging people. And I think sometimes that small noise that's negative can seem really loud.
Yeah.
But I look at all the positives as well. And for me, I think the kind of change you're doing for young people, especially in Nairobi city, because marriage and all that stuff in this city specifically can be very tough. So I'm just glad that you continue sharing, and I hope you never stop, because even on my end, I've had conversations where they've been like, okay, show the person you're talking to, show the person you're involved with, and I've always shied away from it for these exact reasons. But I'm feeling a bit encouraged as well. I can't lie. Yeah.
Now for
And for you?
the surprise of the day, I'm very encouraged. I've always been encouraged. I will continue. The surprise actually is that, do you know, I actually met, you're the second Wajesus I've met. I have met Taji before.
Oh,
You have?
Because I am your neighbor.
no.
Yes.
Where?
In the same place.
Next door.
No
Next
way.
door.
Where we are living currently?
Exactly.
You have a complaint about this.
Yes, I have a complaint.
Yes,
as one of your
What's the
neighbors.
complaint? Oh my God!
goodness.
You parked a limousine next to my car. I saw it in the
No way!
I saw it. I was like, what's a limo doing outside my house?
He was like, why is my registration
Why
plate?
is my registration?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Oh,
we're actually
God.
neighbors.
Yeah.
And I met Taji before when he was playing outside, because when they play basketball, he hears
my
the ball.
God.
And then he comes and says, pass me the ball. I said,
Oh my goodness. That's a surprise.
That's a
it is a
pleasant
surprise.
surprise.
And our boda guy called Simon.
We share them.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What else do we share?
So
Wi-Fi? Did you say Wi-Fi? I don't know.
then obviously, I'm also angry because you changed your Wi-Fi. Wajesus Wi-Fi is what I used to use.
No!
So please don't change the password.
Yeah.
We're benefiting.
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
Yes.
same court.
Listen, we'll have that conversation off camera.
Yeah.
But
Oh my
yes.
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
So welcome to MANTALK.
You're in the group. The court.
Imagine
No,
there's a
no.
probability.
Yeah.
It's high
No.
that imagine we're in the same WhatsApp group. Whenever you play, You know when you have your shoots,
Yeah.
and then I see football. Well, kids usually play football, and then I see you guys doing a shoot. I'm like,
No, you see it from on.
No,
no, I don't. I'm telling you, I can show you pictures.
It's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's a small world.
Wow.
I know,
I don't
right?
believe you.
Believe
I
me.
swear, I remember I dropped you back once and you're like, oh, yeah, that's where they live. And I was like,
That's where they live,
the
right
car.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Crazy.
guys know
In
your-
fact, I usually like where they park is where like I see like we're close. We're that close.
It's very close.
Very close.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't be
Come
afraid.
say hi.
Yes. So we'll bring cookies. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Please.
Amazing.
So welcome to. I hope you've enjoyed that episode
Half as much
as we enjoyed making it.
because we had a ball. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
you
you.
for
Oh
coming.
God, thank you.
We need
for
a part
having
2
us.
because I want
Yeah.
to talk the business side, but
Yeah.
time doesn't allow us.
Yeah, the business side. There is a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
You're very happy. She's surprised. Enjoy your
Like-
Christmas.
See you next week. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy your Christmas. Bye bye. Like, share, subscribe.
All the time. Wow.